Badoosh! Guys, welcome to Top Cow Tuesday. Peter A. DeLuca here. Darkness, Superman. Top Cow, right over here. Superman, right over there. Here's the crazy thing. I would put money down at one point that Darkness would have had like a live action super franchise by now. That Darkness would have taken over cinema, music, video games, streaming, all of it. That the Darkness character can be applied to so many different creative types, production companies, like the list goes on. The Darkness to me is as malleable as Superman is. Right? Like anyone can come in and they can tell a Superman story. And anyone can come in and they can tell a Darkness story. These two issues are fantastic. They lean into the mafia, like history, the ties, the attitude, the way that they do business. This is what makes the Darkness so freaking cool. It literally is The Sopranos or Goodfellas or The Godfather with a dark superhero vigilante, relentless, bloody edge. And then we all know Superman here. This is written by Ron Mars, drawn by Tyler Kirkham. Tyler Kirkham at this point was drawing a book called The Gift with a guy named Raven Gregory. I think he may have been canceled. I think he was a little bit of an online creeper. I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments whatever happened to Raven. But he was farmed by Top Cow. And in my view, Tyler is of the school of Michael Turner. He's one of the guys that came in with a very Talon Caldwell being one of them. Tyler and Talent emulated more of the Top Cow Michael Turner than the Top Cow Mark Silvestri. I know those are delineations you guys may want to check on yourself, but trust me, they're true. What makes this so good? Well, it opens up with, I love this. The Daily Planet news box gets ripped up from the ground. We also have some nice, amazing graphic design. We have two little paragraph/captions of the Darkness of Superman to bring us up to speed. Beautiful credit section here. I like it. I think credit pages help set the stage for the story to come. But anyway, this news box gets thrown right through the window, and we immediately start with the mafia talk. And we see, these guys are mafia because they're eating spaghetti, drinking red wine, but they also have guns ready to go. So they just start blasting this dude. And he's like, look. He says he hopes you had fun and enjoyed your stay in Metropolis, but it's time to go home. So that's the whole story. We have bad guys in Metropolis, but Metropolis is teetering on a mafia war. And we have coming out of the bathroom, because Tyler hasn't, he's not good with rotating the camera, right? Because this technically, when we flip the page, this looks like a different scene. It just does. But we have Jackie Escalado, we have the butcher here. They're all in the restaurant. This guy runs up. He's like, this guy came in through the window. We blasted him. He's peeling the bullets off of his skin. And Jackie's like, look, let me just. He sits down and tries to talk to him. He goes, look. I made Grasso an offer, and stay on and work for me when I'm running Metropolis. That's a fair offer. And this guy's like, no. So Jackie does what he does. He puts out that candle. The darkness comes in around them. These little demon guys, but then they rip this dude apart. And guess what? It's Metallo, the great Superman villain. Here's the wild thing: we're even here. We're only talking about Metallo because of the Superman animated series. That is, I think, the greatest contribution of that series. Is they made Metallo absolutely deadly. They gave us a template for Metallo, and ever since then, he's been used, and the template's been duplicated throughout all of media and other interpretations. So we cut right to the Daily Planet, because Tyler cannot rotate the camera. What do I mean by rotate the camera? Well, here, like, I'll show you guys quick, because we have a file folder here. We have a marker. Rotating the camera is this. So you have a panel. Let's say we have the same two panel, right? They're both panel 1. And this is 2 characters walking into frame. Tyler would just do this, right? He gives us like a twin shot, you know, and we got some perspective here, right? Twin shot. And we got maybe some panels here. But maybe we have to rotate the camera. So we got to maybe look at our position from up here. So maybe these guys have to walk in like this. Now, like when we rotate the camera, we reinitiate the viewer to engage into the page. So it could be the same scene like here, but we rotate the camera from pages 3 and 4 to initiate the entry of Jackie. But when we're doing nothing but twin shots, right? These are twin shots. The storytelling slows down a little. But even here, see, we have the introduction of Clark Kent, twin shot. So Clark Kent and Lois, they go back and forth. They're like, where's Superman? Hey, where's Clark? They kind of do their, we know who each other is. Perry White is struggling to make face expressions because as talented as a young Tyler Kirkman is, he's not good with drawing expressions, but he draws us. He gives us a great Jimmy Olsen and a fantastic looking Lois Lane. So Clark gets sent on the assignment, makes off with Lois Lane in the closet, blasts out of the Daily Planet as Soupy Soup. And here we go, guys, right? Like, we're a couple pages in. We have a mob war. We have the introduction of Metallo. We have the introduction of this version of the Daily Planet. Superman has transformed in the broom closet. I mean, this is like Bonerville. Give me a Woodrow Wilson in the comments. He stops the speeding train because Jackie knows this is Superman's town, and he's just testing Superman's resilience. So he sets up the train going off the rail. Superman saves it, and he goes, "Gotham's my type of city." No, he says Metropolis is maybe ripe for the picking, because he views kind of like Superman and Metropolis as an easier target than he did with Gotham and Batman. So this is linked to the Darkness Batman. So now we have this extended Top Cow crossover universe. But yeah, he stops it. The Butcher's not really impressed. We have some great Tyler cape here. Look at the cape that Tyler draws. And then here we go. See? The two trains don't collide. Come on. The coffee here is lousy. Guys, my fiance made the coffee this morning because I've been so freaking sick. Usually every morning I'm up and I'm the one that makes the coffee. I'm the one that knows how many scoops go into the filter. And she makes it it tastes like garbage. So I'm with Jackie when he's saying that this coffee tastes like garbage. Yeah, and then we cut to another mob affiliated meeting. Now, in the shadows we have Jimmy Olsen, because previously we know when they broke up their assignments that Lois might have a lead on something regarding this Jackie guy, aka the Darkness. But her and Jimmy are in the shadows, not the place to be with the Darkness, as Jackie is there to negotiate terms. And it's essentially this: you let me come in, take over, no one's going to die. So Jackie's a little bit consistent in staying away from violence, staying away from death. Okay? Even though there's death all around him. But Superman, comes out of nowhere, deflects the bullets. I love these streaks. We call this a motion blur for any of us who are addicted to Photoshop. Guys, our boy here, John Starr, some stellar highlights here. Subtle, stellar highlights. I love the teal background over here. But yeah, Superman crumbles up the gun, throws it away. And now Jackie transforms into Darkness. And we see all the little demon mites around him, and he goes, "What in the name of heaven are you?" So even in Superman's terms, he's in awe by the power of the darkness. And they go at it. And the darkness immediately, pun intended, feels the heat of Superman with some heat vision. But then Superman collapses to his knees, and here we go. We have Metallo with the kryptonite heart holding Lois, and he's going to take her away. So issue 2 begins with Darkness and Superman building a alliance, somewhat of a gentleman's agreement. The Darkness is going to get Lois without killing anyone, and Superman is going to allow him to do it. So he does that. So here we go, guys. The coloring for this. I mean, do we even, like, sometimes it's almost like, do I need to talk? Can we just admire the comic book page, please? I love the way Tyler draws some of that hair, though. I mean, twinning it or not. So Metallo just hammers Superman right into, a bunch of crates, because it's a dark alley. The other mafia family runs off. They have Lois, and now Superman and Darkness, they have to come to their agreement. I spoiled that earlier. And Superman is he's enraged. They need Lois back, but he doesn't. You can't kill people. So Jackie agrees. He's like, no one's going to die. Let me get her back. And I love this. Here we go. Superman tells Jimmy Lois is in trouble. Again, like, Superman should only be involved. It's like Superman's whole purpose is to save Jimmy and to save Lois. It should always be that way. And I will say, this is kind of where I want to say, like, issue 1 set everything up so well. I kind of want to say that this was setting up 3 to 4 issues. Maybe even 6. Because the Mafia Mob War stuff is so freaking interesting, and it works so well being in the Metropolis setting. Because Metropolis, we don't associate the Mafia with Metropolis, what makes it even, again, like add something when you do a crossover. But we do rush to a resolution. But Jackie, he tracks down Lois. They're held up in this house. We have Metallo. We have the chest. Superman, the Man of Steel, he can't come in. But Jackie goes in. Again, darkness creates darkness. Nice. I love this gunshot going off. And somewhat of the halo. Like, it's almost like you see it for a split second. This reminded me. And guys, you won't find this in Understanding Comics or any of these other things. Panels are frozen time. Right? They're supposed to capture a blink of an eye. And that's what this panel does perfectly. I think this panel is a lesson overall. But yeah, we see that, we get dragged in by the darkness sites. They disassemble our boy Metallo, aka DC's Terminator, with a kryptonite heart. And Superman is making sure that Jackie is staying true to his word. He's floating high enough above. And guys, look at these blue highlights. Oh my God, they're so good. But Superman is just looking at everything from above. He's like watching everything like Krypt here. That's our boy Krypt. But he's just like watching everything. He's just like floating, watching, being a little bit of a creeper. Metallo is disassembled. And now we move the story into the resolution of Superman and darkness. We have some wonderful Tyler. I mean, if you see this and you're DC Comics, you have to kind of be like, and DC was doing good work. Marvel was doing good work. They kind of called up to Image at this time. But you do have to say, we have to do better. We have to do more. We have to do better. The pressure that Image put on these guys, and more or less the studios of Top Cow and Wildstorm, it's immense. So Superman and Darkness, they go back and forth. And Darkness is like, look, we have to go toe to toe. I have to see if I can beat you because I want Metropolis. So they kind of, it's a little bit like a gentleman's fight. And then Darkness transforms into like a giant dragon. And, you know, and even Superman's like, impossible. And then he gets eaten by the Darkness dragon. He gets eaten by the Darkness dragon. Now, this is where we're a little bit rushed. But when it comes to comic book storytelling, you just need something to happen the next page that's a little bit uppity, right? Like you kind of want up yourself as you're telling a comic story. This, in my view, could have been like a whole issue or a half of an issue, because we just want to see more of this. I mean, I'd love to like see like the wing part here. It's like a little Darkness screaming head, and then Superman, you know, he thooms out of it! Exclamation point! Thooms out of it, and this is where Darkness surrenders. He's like, you are. He basically tells him, we did. You know, I gave you my best shot. I don't have to like it, but I know when I lost. And Superman's like, don't ever come back. And then, yeah, Superman and Lois decide to get some morning coffee, and Darkness and the Butcher walk off to yet another adventure. I think this is very well thought out, aka Powders. I think this is 3 to 4, at least 4 issues. I'd like, you know, like, they're both heroes. Now, Superman says, like, don't kill. And Darkness says, I won't kill. But we kind of find out, and we get this on the last page, that the Butcher, like, really kind of, like, everyone in the house, like, the Butcher kind of mutilated. So it still has this like mafia flavor of like cutting off limbs and blood everywhere, you know, like very, very El Chapo. But I think this is solid. I really do. And to contrast this, and coming up here on Wildstorm Wednesday, we'll be doing Superman Gen 13, and we won't have a favorable review or look at this. And the reason for that is it's very simple. I thought this was a cheap shot. I don't think this had much going for it. I think this is very nuanced. And if you guys ever want to try and get in my head, read these 5 issues back to back and reveal it. Like, because we have to walk the same path sometimes. And I think it's important for comic book, for like as a comic book readership as we have on this channel, that we can look at these 2 efforts and know that yes, they're comic books, they're disposable entertainment, but there is a clear split between like the quality of one versus the quality of another. All right, AK Powders, Top Cow Tuesday. I love you guys. Rock and roll.